ChrisPrime1bot, also known on DeviantArt as ChrisPrime1bot, or should I say ChrisPrime1Ahab. It's me, your old whale, RodberryFan. This video is specifically addressed to you because following the retirement of Matthew Pollard's original Super Godzilla 12 persona in April 2013, you have provided the most critical evidence linking him to the sustained online conflict I endured from 2011 until 2018. Most of my detractors since 2013, including but not limited to DeTurfy, now Michelana, Blaze the Movie Fan, and most recently, Jake Cook, have misrepresented the origins of this drama. They've persistently attempted to minimize the issue by, number 1, omitting the Super Godzilla 12 roots of the conflict. Number 2, falsely claiming the entire saga was merely about my harsh criticism of Confused Matthew. And number 3, incorrectly asserting that the drama only began in 2013 instead of its actual start date in 2011. You, however, have acknowledged your fondness for Super Godzilla 12 and your contempt for me. Crucially, you have openly and repeatedly admitted in YouTube comments that you have both seen and possessed audio from Super Godzilla 12's older videos targeting me, specifically citing his inflammatory April 2012 commentary titled, "RodberryFan, Let Me Explain." This makes you a key witness to the historical record. I will now present and read the most damning comment samples, which clearly and irrefutably link the entire 2011 to 2018 ordeal against me to the biggest hypocrite on YouTube, his greatest glory, Super Godzilla 12 himself. Quote, "I've also heard about it on SG12's RodberryFan Let Me Explain commentary, to which I have the audio of, and mirrored videos from his previous accounts like Sirius, Orionus, etc., which completely baffled me. The entire RodberryFan Let Me Explain video constituted an undisputed display of erratic behavior. It failed to function as a constructive commentary, instead devolving into a prolonged temper tantrum characterized by Super Godzilla 12's continuous high decibel yelling. This sustained verbal outburst made clear that the video was an act of personal escalation and intimidation. Quote, since you know he keeps ultimately defends The Lion King with a passion after Confused Matthew, which was a major snore fest on both sides, and Super Cheezilla 12, a much more enjoyable review since it had plenty of good jokes in it, incident. The central point of my conflict with the commentary community was not simply the act of criticism itself, but rather the specific target of that criticism. Had I singled out Confused Matthew, an individual the commentary community had already put on blast for his Lion King review, a review that Super Godzilla 12 explicitly endorsed, I'm confident the community would have largely left the matter alone. I had, in fact, received encouragement from members like Savage Broadcast regarding my earlier plans to commentate on Confused Matthew in 2011. Instead, my decision to criticize Super Godzilla 12 is what singularly incurred the commentary community's wrath against me. This reaction highlights a clear double standard. The commentary community was willing to ignore SG12's endorsement of a review they had themselves repeatedly commentated on and ranted about, effectively giving him a free pass. The resultant drama was therefore entirely a hissy fit against me for challenging one of their in-group darlings, SG12, rather than focusing on an established external target, Confused Matthew. Quote, what's even weirder is that he totally freaked out when he believed that Super Godzilla 12 was slandering him and bellowed that the Starship Enterprise would destroy Godzilla because of SG12's review on The Lion King. I still have the audio of it, though. The initial public conflict surrounding SG12 was marked by poor timing on my part. I bellowed my regrettable threat that the Starship Enterprise would destroy Godzilla in May 2011, reacting to SG12's Godzilla facepalm avatar well before his Lion King review appeared in February 2012. The truly significant point, however, is that you admitted to having the audio of these specific regrettable 2011 threats. This fact alone strongly implicates you in obsessing over my historic disapproval of SG12's actions. Quote, 5 minutes and 51 seconds, and with that we see the true voice of evil, that is RodberryFan, the wanker who also made a huge rage fest at Super Gzilla 12 saying, and I quote, "The Enterprise is going to blow Godzilla up and send them to hell because RodberryFan couldn't stand his avatar. Sure, that is quite intelligent, people. Makes others wonder, eh?" The triggering action was SG-12's shocking and gleeful pride and thoroughly endorsing an antagonistic Lion King review. That review wasn't merely critical. It contained violent, punitive threats directed at the protagonist, Simba. Specifically, the review included the statement, and I quote, "Someone needs to eat this thing." SG-12's endorsement of such rhetoric, which was thoroughly antagonistic and disproportionate, made me feel small and dismissed, particularly because he took such evident pride in it. By the way, you've added plenty of videos against me to a couple of your YouTube playlists, which further solidified you as being all Captain Ahab with me as your white whale, all because I exposed your precious Super Godzilla 12 as a villain. On May 8th, 2017, you posted a piece of hate art on your DeviantArt account titled Shin Godzilla, the Torching of Wolfburbia. This piece was explicitly drawn to express a vindictive, violent fantasy against the Alpha and Omega franchise. While I'm personally neutral on that specific franchise, the nature of this content, promoting violent destruction fantasy, is profoundly disturbing on principle. This was not an isolated incident. On August 19th, 2017, in a DeviantArt journal titled "This is Bad Commentary," you escalated this pattern. You created and published a hashtag that targeted both The Lion King and Alpha and Omega. I quote your exact words. Also, hashtag Nuke Pride Lands Wolfburbia by Daikaiju. This hashtag explicitly confirms your violent ideology. Desire for mass destruction against the protagonists of those franchises. Your justification for this extreme fantasy, as I understand it, was to punish these characters for causing discomfort to both you and Super Godzilla 12. I've noticed that you've derogatorily referred to me as Rodders at least a few times on DeviantArt. I am formally ordering you to please cut it out immediately. You desperately need to engage in genuine self-reflection concerning your past actions. Specifically, you need to examine your history of expressing violent fantasies against things you and Super Godzilla 12 don't like, and how you have unfairly mistreated me simply because my moral concerns conflict with your preferences. You also must come to terms with the fact that sometimes other people will fundamentally disrespect your opinions. This is a normal part of online interaction. You and SG-12 have repeatedly demanded I respect Super Godzilla 12's hatred for the Lion King. In contrast, I do not make the same demands regarding my own strong dislike. For example, I have a burning hatred for the Sando Aqua monster from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. This hate is rooted in a moral concern. The Sando killed a member of my most protected species, the Colo clawfish, for Jedi expedience. That Colo clawfish was only reacting defensively to protect its babies from a trespassing bongo, yet the Jedi lured it to its death via the Sando Aqua monster. Conversely, your anger and Super Godzilla 12's anger are comparatively focused on innocuous details, like how Simba woke his father based on real Lion Cub play/biology. The crucial difference is that, unlike your buddy Super Godzilla 12, I promise to never start any drama bandwagons against any Sando Aqua monster lovers or defenders who might critique me. I have the necessary affirmations to handle any criticism I might receive for my valid dislike for the Sando Aqua monster without trying to ruin the lives of those who critique me. You need to learn this same level of maturity and restraint in dealing with criticism for one's strong opinions. I like to understand a recent situation on DeviantArt. I have evidence, specifically a screenshot/receipt, which indicates that I've been blocked by you. I need the whole truth regarding this action. Could you please provide a clear explanation detailing the following? Number 1. When exactly did you block my Alpha Pulsar 1983 DeviantArt account? And number 2. Why did you block my account? I need a full and complete reason, regardless of what that reason might be. I appreciate your honesty and look forward to receiving a thorough explanation. Moreover, I need to address some serious and specific allegations that have been made against you by the DeviantArt commenter NebJohn in the fall of 2024. My interest is in establishing the truth, regardless of the source, and I ask that you, ChrisPrime1bot in particular, answer the following questions truthfully. NebJohn has claimed the following. Number 1, harassment directive, fall 2013, that you instructed or told both Some Call Me Duckman / Darkmaster Rises and the entire commentary community to harass and gang up on me. And number 2, alleged admission, November 2nd, 2018 Skype call, that you admitted to this 2013 action during a Skype call with Super Godzilla 12 on November 2nd, 2018. The alleged call was purportedly titled My Plans for 2025. NebJohn further alleges that during this call, SG12 admitted to faking his prior Q1 2018 apology to me and revealed a plan to return to YouTube to harass me starting on January 2nd, 2025. A plan that fortunately did not materialize. I want to be clear that I have no personal receipts or confirmation of this alleged Skype call, as I was never on Skype during that period. I avoided the platform because SG12 had previously attempted to lure me there for a rigged debate, intending to discredit me for condemning his punitive behavior. Therefore, I cannot confirm nor deny the veracity of NebJohn's claims, which is why I need your direct answers, ChrisPrime1bot. I require truthful answers to the following. Number 1, did you tell Darkmaster Rises and the entire commentary community to harass and gang up on me in 2013? Yes or no? Number 2, did you admit to doing this in a November 2nd, 2018 Skype call with Super Godzilla 12 as NebJohn claims? Yes or no? If you answered yes to question 1, what exactly did you expect to accomplish by instructing people to harass me? Please provide a genuine explanation and do not state that the purpose was to help me move on. I have compiled more information on your disturbing history against me in my DeviantArt submission titled RodberryFan's ChrisPrime1bot Receipts, which I have linked in the description of this video. I need you, ChrisPrime1bot, to engage in serious self-reflection regarding your public behavior and a few of your artistic choices, just as your hero Super Godzilla 12 needs to reflect on his. Regarding Alpha and Omega, you need to genuinely reflect on why you find Alpha and Omega so intensely offensive that it leads you to be a jerk about it. Create extreme hate art and promote the destructive hashtag TorchDownWolfBurbia. This level of animosity towards a piece of fiction suggests a deeper underlying emotional trigger that you need to examine. Regarding Super Godzilla 12 and the Lion King, similarly, Super Godzilla 12 needs to reflect on why he finds the characters of young Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa so morally offensive that he feels compelled to punish them with constant screaming at best, and at worst, occasional threats of assault and murder, as demonstrated in his 2012 Lion King review. I have personally gone through this kind of reflection and successfully resolved a deep-seated issue. The reason I found the X-Wing so foreboding was a subliminal fear of unchecked coolness overtaking intellectual rigor. This fear originated in 1991 when I first saw Star Wars as a child, right when my lifelong space enthusiasm was forming, creating a subliminal perception of vulnerability. I was able to identify and resolve this issue in the fall of 2025. I urge you, ChrisPrime1bot, to undertake a similar process. Please apply that kind of self-reflection and resolution to your feelings about Alpha and Omega and the Lion King. Finally, you need to self-reflect on why you find my moral compass so threatening, especially when that compass simply condemns punitive cruelty in dealing with one's idiosyncratic dislikes. Your reaction to my moral stance is a point of personal tension that also deserves your honest examination, ChrisPrime1bot.